Hi children, how are you? I hope all of you are fine and safe. Don't go outside, don't waste your time. Wash your hands regularly. Don't touch your nose, ears and mouth unnecessarily. Before eating anything, wash your hands completely with soap or sanitizers. Okay, I hope all of you are following all these things. Isn't it? Okay. So in our last video, we discussed about some of the forts, isn't it now? Like Mandu Fort, Gwalior Fort, Shivneri Fort. So about these three under the topic of monuments, we discussed about these three forts, isn't it? So today in this video we are going to discuss about some of the temples, isn't it? What is that? Temples. What is the spelling of temple? Temple. Can you name some of the famous temples? We all are know very some of the well-known temples like Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam temple. Like we know Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is known as the land of temples. Why? In Tamil Nadu, a lot of temples are there. Compared to other states, Tamil Nadu is known as the land of temples. So, like that, in our Indian culture, temples are playing an important role, isn't it? So, temples are famous for so many things. So, they were built thousands of years back. So many temples, if you see, they built so many thousands of years back. So, now in this video, we are going to discuss about some of the important temples, only two. Okay now, so two temples and about some of the paintings also. Okay now, so let us come here, all of you. So temples. So if you see, temples in India are famous for beautiful carvings depicting gods and goddesses, animals, people, stories and situations. If you see temples in India, they are so famous. So some temples they belong to some gods. Like for example Tirumala Tirupati, it belongs to Lord Venkateswara. So some of the temples they belongs to goddesses like Meenakshi temple. So like if you see some temples they are dedicated to animals. So many temples they have so many backside so many stories. So some of them they have some situations like that. Temples are so important in India, especially if you see in South India the architecture means the style, the way the temple was constructed, it was known as the architecture. So in South India especially, the architecture of ancient Indian temples showcases the country's rich culture. So what the temples are showing, it will show our culture, what kind of tradition we are following, whatever the culture we are following. So all these things they are showing. These temples, some of which date back more than 1700 years ago. So, for example, if you see the Meenakshi temple in Madurai, here the Meenakshi temple in Madurai, so in the state of Tamil Nadu, it is the best example of Dravidian architecture. So, the whatever the Meenakshi temple is there, it was made up with Dravidian style. So, in the style of Dravidian architecture, the temple it was dedicated to Lord Shiva and Goddesses Parvati. Both are there here. So, whatever the Meenakshi temple is there, it was dedicated to Lord Shiva and Goddesses Parvati. The Meenakshi temple has a stunning architecture and houses 12 magnificent gopurams or towers that are elaborately sculpted and painted. So nearly here we can see 12 gopurams, magnificent, very very beautiful 12 gopurams are there in the Meenakshi temple. These are some of the important points you have to learn about the Meenakshi temple. Another one of the important temple here, that is the Sun temple. So the Sun temple at Konark in Odisha, in the state of Odisha. What is the capital of Odisha? Bhubaneswar. So isn't it? So the Sun temple it was located at Konark in the state of Odisha. So it is another magnificent work of architecture. Whatever the Sun temple at Konark in Odisha, it is another magnificent work of architecture. See here the temple is built in the form of the chariot of sun god. Here if you see the temple, it was built in the form of a chariot of the sun god and is heavily decorated with stone carvings. Whatever the Sun temple is there, it was built in the form of chariot of sun god and is heavily decorated with stone carvings. Here the entire complex, whatever the entire Sun temple complex is there, it was designed in the form of a huge chariot drawn by 7 spirited horses on 12 pairs of executively decorated wheels. So here if you see the whatever the entire complex, it was designed in the form of a huge chariot drawn by 7 spirited horses on 12 pairs. So 7 spirited horses on 12 pairs of executively decorated wheels. Here the wheel, whatever the wheels are there, they are also well decorated. All around the temple there are various floral and geometric patterns. At that time only most of the temples they are well geometrically patterns. The Sun temple it is also, if you see all around the temple there are various floral and geometric patterns. So these are the some of the points you should remember about the Sun temple. So okay now. So not only from the temples, forts or buildings, we can learn some of our history from the paintings also. So paintings also depicting some information. They are also delivering some information for all of us about our history. So whatever the paintings, our paintings, the traditional paintings in India are of mainly 2 types. Whatever the paintings are there in our country, traditional paintings, they are divided into 2 types. One is wall paintings. So on the wall they are. So wall paintings, and the second one is miniature paintings. The first kind is wall paintings and the second type is the miniature paintings. So there are 2 types of paintings here. So the first one, Ajanta cave paintings are the best example of wall paintings. So whatever the wall paintings are there, for the wall paintings, which is the best example? Ajanta cave paintings are the best example of the wall paintings. So in Maharashtra only we have Ajanta and Ellora caves. So the Ajanta paintings are the best example for the wall paintings here. So the 29 caves have the most amazing fishes on the world. So nearly here in the Ajanta cave there are 29 caves which are giving information about the some of our history. The walls of the caves are full of colorful paintings giving information the life of the life and teachings of Gautam Buddha. So whatever the 29 caves are there in the Ajanta, they are giving information about the Lord Gautama Buddha and the lifestyle of the Gautam Buddha and the teachings of the Gautam Buddha. Okay now. Next, coming to the second one and second type, miniature painting. So if you see the best example of miniature paintings are the Rajasthani and Pahari. The Rajasthani and the Pahari paintings, they are the best example of the miniature paintings. So which were greatly influenced by the Mughal paintings. So whatever the miniature paintings now I am discussing, so they are actually they are belongs to the Mughal emperors like Shah Jahan, Akbar, who are the famous Mughal emperor are there. From that time onwards, the miniature paintings they are very famous. Why they are called as miniature paintings? Because the size of the picture is very small. That's why miniature. Mini means very small now. So that's why they were known as a miniature. So even the picture is small also, they are giving so a lot of information for us. That's why they are known as miniature paintings. So they are brought from the Mughal emperors. Like this we can know about so many paintings, and not only here. And if you see the Bhimbetka paintings, whatever the cave paintings in Bhimbetka, some of which date back more than 30,000 years. The Bhimbetka cave paintings in Madhya Pradesh, it is also, they are date back nearly 30,000 years back. So they are also depicting the life of the people living in that times. So whatever the Bhimbetka cave paintings are there in Madhya Pradesh, which are belongs to 30,000 years back, they are depicting the life of the people at that time. Natural dyes and colors were used in these paintings as well as Ajanta cave paintings. These colors were used so that they become a part of the surface and would not peel off or decay easily. Why even nowadays all the paintings are little bit good? Because the dye which was used at that time, they are natural. They are not any pesticides or fertilizers. All are natural only. That's why even now also they would not peel off or decay easily. So like this, these are the some of the paintings which you should know compulsory. Let us recall once whatever we discussed today. So today we discussed about temples and paintings. About 2 famous temples we discussed. One is Meenakshi temple in Madurai, in the state of Tamil Nadu. And next, what is that children? Second one, the Sun temple at Konark in Odisha state. So these are the 2 temples we discussed today. And about paintings, our Indian traditional paintings are 2 types. One is wall paintings and second one is the miniature paintings. So wall painting, what is the best example of wall paintings? Ajanta paintings. Ajanta cave paintings are the best paintings. How many caves are there here? 29. So the 29 caves, they give information about the Lord, the life of the teachings and life of the Gautama Buddha. And miniature paintings, they are small in size, very small. Even the picture is very small also, they will give us lot of information. That's why they are known as the miniature. So the miniature paintings, they came from the Mughals. So the best example of miniature paintings are Rajasthani and Pahari. So like these are the things we discussed about today. So from this topic, whatever we discussed today, the small homework. So whatever the some of the other famous temples, take any 5 and note down their information in one book compulsory. Okay, now so complete all these things. Don't waste your time. Complete our worksheets also. Okay, children. Have a nice day. Bye.